David and I had been dating for almost a year when it happened. David was really sweet, quiet guy from the Midwest. I'm loud, outspoken kind of obnoxious girl from New York City. Opposites attract, right? We hadn't technically moved in together yet, but we were in the process. I had a large apartment in LA, and he was over there all the time. I was definitely in love with him. I'm a preschool teacher, so I get home at around 4. He normally gets home at 6 from his job at the bank. So I was surprised when I got home last month and his car was in the parking spot. I parked my car on the street and headed inside. I led myself up to the apartment where my fat Jack, Russell Terrier Nacho, greeted me at the door. I scooped him up and headed into the kitchen. "David," I call out, throwing my purse and keys down on the counter. No response. "David, honey, are you home?" I sort through some of the mail, Nacho desperately licking my face. I hear soft footsteps behind me. I turn around to see David in the doorway, dressed in jeans and a t-shirt, not his usual work clothes. He smiles. I smile back and move towards him. He pulls a gun from his back pocket and aims it to my forehead. I step back. "What the fuck, David? What are you—"
"Put the dog down, Savannah,"
he says, the smile turning into a grimace. "What the fuck?"
"Put the fucking dog down, Savannah."
He screams, spit spraying me in the face. I put Nacho on the floor and put my hands up. "David, what are you doing? Is this a joke?"
"This isn't a fucking joke,"
he says through his teeth, with a jab of the gun.
"You need to come with me."
"Where are we going?"
"Stop talking now, Savannah. You're driving me crazy with all your fucking talking."
He reels back and hits me with the gun, and everything goes black. I wake up on my bed, my hands tied to the bed. I have tape over my mouth. Neither David nor Nacho are anywhere to be seen. I have throbbing headache. The room is filled with weird things. Video cameras pointing towards the bed, recording. There is more. Tape, ropes, a bat, a hammer, and several knives and a gun. I clasp my eyes tight, tears rolling down my cheeks. The door opens and David enters. He has replaced his t-shirt and jeans with a black robe with a hood. He closes the door and removes his hood.
"Hey, bitch,"
He says.
"comfortable?"
The whole thing is straight out of some 90s horror movie,
"You look so pretty, Savannah."
he says.
"If only you were pretty and quiet, then none of this would have happened."
My eyes widen, and I start to flail. He can't possibly kill me. Please no. Please God.
"Stop moving!"
He yells. He starts to laugh.
"I'm going to kill you, but I don't want it to be quick. I want it to be long and painful."
I start to scream against the tape, hoping one of my neighbors next door will hear me.
"Quiet!"
He tells, slapping me in the face. I start to sob quietly. What happened to quiet David? The one I loved. It's pretty clear he's gone.
"First, I'm going to take care of that annoying dog of yours,"
He says, grabbing a knife from the bedside table.
"Nacho, come here, boy."
I hear my dog's footsteps padding down the hall. I hear the jangling of his collar. Oh no, my sweet boy. David opens the door, and Nacho comes in. David smiles at me and holds up the knife. Please no, don't let this happen. Nacho backs up. His body tenses and he starts to crawl. As David gets closer, he starts to bark and back up. He knows something is wrong. I hear them run out of the room, David screaming profanities and Nacho barking and howling. I hear David yell and come running back to the room.
The stupid fucking dog bit me,
he yells, and I hear Nacho whining and barking and scratching on the door. Good boy.
Where are the band-aids, bitch?
He asks, reaching over and ripping off the tape. Bathroom cabinet, I say, and wait for him to leave the room before I can start to scream. Nacho hears me and comes running, jumping onto the bed. I scream louder, sobbing through my cries. Surprisingly, David doesn't come back. I hear the doorbell ring, and I scream that I need help. My neighbor, a young guy named Stephen, comes in to untie me, and I tell him the whole thing. Stephen grabs the gun and walks into the bathroom to confront David. I hear him curse, and I jump up, grabbing Nacho in my arms. The bathroom door is wide open, the band-aids scattered on the floor. David is laying face up, and a knife in his back bleeding out. Nacho and I both survived that day, which I am extremely grateful for. The police found out that David was part of a satanic cult and was planning on offering me as a sacrifice. We never did figure out who stabbed David because no DNA ever came back on the knife. All I know is I owe them my life.